Woo! All right. Hey, everybody. I am back. You know what? 20 minutes ago, I was in Rochester, New York. Now, I am in the heartland of America, Nickerson, Nebraska. And tonight, I am dealing with this handsome young man right here, Rev Dave. Rev Dave is the owner and the founder of Phantasm Paranormal in Nickerson, Nebraska. Hey, you guys give it up for him. What's going on, Big Rev?
Oh, not much. We got a few investigations ongoing, and one of them is a dance hall that was built in 1930, and it's been abandoned now for about 50 years.
50 years.
And we've got EVP recordings from a bunch of spirits. I asked them how many spirits were there at the hall, and one man replied 50.
God
And
damn.
another man said, "Yeah, that's right, 50."
Wow. So the spirits are taking they're taking numbers, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, that's the first I've heard of that one before. But you know what? You never know what you're gonna deal with when you're dealing with spirits. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna say and do whatever. Hey, Rev, tell me, man, tell me how you got this team started and why you got this team started.
Well, I got married for the first time when I was 33. I was in Army Special Forces, and all my buddies were having problems with their wives, so I decided I ain't getting married and having kids. Well, it didn't turn out that way. I ended up meeting a gal while I was home on leave, and I
Hmm.
protected her from her boyfriend. And, well, we got married about 6 months later, and we were married for 7 years, and she died.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was born and raised a Catholic,
Okay.
and they always told me, "Yeah, when you die, you'll be reunited with your loved ones." Well, I'm one of those people that you gotta prove it to me. I'm not going to take what you say, for fact. I got to have evidence.
Right, right.
So me and this one gal, we went to a place called Ball Cemetery in Sarpy County, and we did our first investigation there. And I met a female spirit there. I can't remember her name right now. It's been over 27 years ago. But that cemetery, it was massively haunted. And well, I got proof, and next thing you know, my sister called me up and she said, "Well, I got a friend that thinks her place is haunted." So we went and checked it out. Yeah, it was. And things progressed over time, and now we investigate homicides, suicides, accidental deaths, uh, public buildings, abandoned cemetery. We investigate everything. We've solved 3 murders. And one of the homicides we investigated ended up being a murder, and they made it look like a suicide.
Oh wow.
And we got 2 convictions out of the 3.
That is not bad at all.
No.
Wow, dude. All right, hey, let's talk a little bit more about this dance hall. Because you sent me pictures of it. Dude, that place is freaking massive.
Oh yeah, yeah. This place is huge. And last week, I downloaded a movie from YouTube, comedy from the 1930s, and I brought it up there and I played it for the spirits on my laptop
Uh-huh.
and got a pretty good reaction from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I downloaded some dance hall music and played that for them on my laptop. I used external speakers,
Mm-hmm.
so that it'll play loud, and I played it loud and it got them going.
Wow. Well, what kind of reaction did you get out of that?
We got a few pictures of apparitions, and we got some EVP recordings. And I want to make that stuff public, but I have to have permission of the property owner. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, right.
Yeah,
I understand that. You definitely got to have that privacy thing going on.
yeah.
So how much before this thing is complete? I mean, give me a timeline.
When it'll be completed?
Uh-huh. When it be
Well,
open and ready to go.
it's going to be at least a year.
No, a year. It needs that much work done to it.
Yeah, we got the names of 13 spirits there, and we're trying to get a relationship with them so they'll
Mm-hmm.
trust us. Spirits, when you go in and you say, I know you're here, they're like, how do you know I'm here? You can't see me or hear me. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And when you go in there and say, okay, I know you're here, it just kind of throws them for a loop. I played a couple of the EVPs for them. So now they know that I can hear them through the recordings.
Right, right. Wow. That is something else. Are there any children in this place, or is it just mostly adults?
Well, I think they're all adults. I'm not too sure about the kids.
Hmm. That you know what, dude? Uh, Now, is this your main focus of your investigation for the month, or do you got other things going on?
Well, we got a couple of museums coming up in Burt County. We got the Burt County Museum, and we got an old house that they're remodeling. And the
Hmm.
house was built in 1817, I believe.
1817.
Yeah, and the original family lived in there. The kids stayed in there. They took over the house. And they lived in the house, and it's just been total owned by the family. And I was up there last weekend to talk to the lady, and you can feel their presence. And I did a EVP recording, and none of the spirits replied to me until after, towards the end of the EVP, when I said, "Well, thank you if you answered my questions." And a male spirit said, "No, thank you."
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. Man. What explain to everybody how you got that name Rev. Is that just a name that I think I asked you this question on the phone?
No, I'm an ordained minister.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I've been a minister now for about 5 years. I'm not your typical minister, though.
What kind of minister are you?
I'm a Christian minister, but I focus mainly on helping spirits cross over.
Okay. Now, do you think that does that actually work for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And what's your success rate on actually uh, getting spirits to cross over?
Well, it's hard to tell. Most of them will cross over. A lot of times, their belief in religion is what keeps them back.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you a dad?
Yes, I am.
Okay. When your kids misbehave, do you punish them?
I tear that butt up.
Okay. But did you quit loving them?
No, I love them even more.
Yeah. It's the same thing with God. Okay. When you misbehave, when you do something wrong, you're going to get a punishment during your life.
Right.
But as long as you tell him, I'm sorry for what I did and trust in him to forgive you, you'll be all right.
Yes, you will.
Okay. The only way you're going to go the other way is if you deny him, you know. So,
Yeah, that is. Yeah, you're actually right on that. Now, have you ever dealt with anything that you can't, you can't deal with? There's something that might be a little bit out of your league.
We've run across a couple spirits that were pretty bad, but I've got two spirits that follow me around, and their names are Brad and Tom. And I've got them on EVP recordings in a lot of the places we've investigated.
So you're saying that you got spirits that follow you that go to the location that's haunted?
Yeah, they follow me around and they protect me. People around me, they've been pushed, scratched, bit, kicked, touched, whispered in their ear, but nothing's ever happened to me.
But I'm trying. The question that I have for you is, uh, how does entities that are there react to the ones that follow you? I mean, there's usually some kind of animosity right there.
Well, the bad spirits, they stay back. Okay. I don't know if Brad and Tom are angels or just plain spirit, human spirits.
Okay.
But when you have two good entities standing up for you, you're pretty well protected. And your faith in God and Jesus, too. You got to have faith that they'll protect you.
Now, do you know where you actually got attached at what location?
I think I picked up Brad at my house, the one I
Okay.
moved into. I moved into this house that I'm living in now about 25 years ago. And I knew there was some spirits here, and I communicated with them through EVPs. And Brad was one of them, and there was a girl named Crystal,
Mm-hmm.
and they were both good spirits. And if one of my kids got sick during the night, Crystal would wake me up to let me know something was wrong. If somebody was trespassing on my property at night, or if there was a threat around,
Mm-hmm.
Brad would let me know.
Oh wow. It
Yeah,
sounds like you got your own little silent alarm system going there.
yeah. The last time I checked, I had five spirits in my house. One of them was a little boy,
Little
and
boy.
I've got 10 outside on my property.
Now, these 10, are they Native Americans or?
No, they came across the Elkhorn River going west,
Oh, wow.
and I live up on a bluff, and they would come up here and they'd camp. And I think they camped up here during the winter. I'm not sure, but there's 10 spots on my property where they're buried. I'll send you a picture of the spots where they're
Oh,
buried.
please do. I mean, are they marked, unmarked?
They're unmarked, but the only thing that marks where they are the trees growing up where the graves are. They're in a pattern, like they're marking out grave sites.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So it's like bam, 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 bam. It's kind of synchromatic.
yeah, they're in a pattern.
Cool, man. So you ain't got to go far for an investigation if you don't want to.
Uh-uh. No, when I came out here, my property was a disaster. And I would go out, I spent 3 years out there on my hands and knees and doing backbreaking stuff, cutting down dead trees, cutting up fallen trees, and everything else. And while I was out there cleaning up the property, I would look up
Hmm.
and somebody would be off in the distance watching me. And then they'd disappear.
Oh, wow.
And it took me a long time to get the property straightened out, but it looks good now.
Right.
And I keep up the maintenance on it and everything else, and they're happy with it.
You know
And I,
that. You know what? That's kind of good because most entities of spirits they don't like change.
no, no, but like around the trees and stuff where they're buried,
Hmm.
I got a gas powered weed eater. I go out there and cut the brush from around the trees and mow out there and everything else. And
Now, do you have any idea on who they are, their names?
No, no, nope. They won't give me their names. But my grandson, he's buried out here too. My daughter
Okay.
had a miscarriage, and her baby was only about 3 inches long,
Wow. Okay.
and they
Hey,
want.
are you able to look at the comments
No,
on
I don't
your?
see. No, I
Okay,
don't see anything.
I got a comment from Anthony, and the question is, how do you interpret what the Bible say? Uh, Wait a minute. Okay, by being a Rev, how do you interpret what the Bible says we shouldn't do and what we should do without God condemning us?
Okay, now you got to remember the Bible was translated during medieval times. I believe it was around 1200 uh, after the death of Christ, and when they interpreted the Bible, the Pope didn't like some of the stuff that they translated,
Right.
so he had them change it. And you've heard of the King James version?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know why they call it the King James version? Because King James ordered them to change what was said. Okay. Now, religion is used to control the mass.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, if you have faith in God and Jesus, and you know that they want you to do good, okay, that leads you down the right path to have faith in them and trust them. Okay, when you're growing up, you know right from wrong.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
You're taught that by your parents, and other people. So you know the difference between right and wrong. And all you have to do is follow that path. Be kind, be loving, help people if you can help them. What you do is going to come back to you. It's called
Oh yeah.
karma.
So the question that I have is, I live in Texas, and what I do in my part time, in my part time life is in paranormal investigating. We are frowned upon around here. You know, what the Catholic Church says what we're doing is wrong.
Yeah. What do they know? You know what I mean? The Catholic Church is one of the biggest pushers of what they want you to believe. Okay, I was born and raised a Catholic. And, I read the Bible and I know what the Bible says. But you take what the Bible says and you put it into reality and you mix it all together, okay, and you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy everything anybody tells you, because churches, they tell you things to control you, okay. I'm a reverend, you know I don't belong to any true faith. I belong to God and Jesus, and that's it.
I
you
feel you
know
on that one, brother. I
yeah,
definitely feel you on that one. Uh,
yeah.
how many members you got on your team?
We got 10, and we're
10.
trying to find more.
Are they active as you are, or they like, you know uh, I can
They
come in
come,
this day, that day, whatever day.
yeah, they come whenever they feel like coming. And I'm trying to find people that will come constantly.
Right, right. You know what? I found out that me myself that's hard because you really never know what these people are have in their mind. You never know what they're up to.
Yeah.
One person might say, "Hey, yeah, I'm in," 100, but then the person that's in it for 100 might tell you that just to get quote unquote, I did this. I mean, I investigated for a day. Then next thing you know, they don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just want to put it on their damn list. Saying I went and investigated ghosts for one day, and next thing you know, you really don't hear from them.
Yeah. I have the same problem.
And to me, I think and that's why I won't deal with people under a certain age.
Yeah.
That's like I was telling the podcast before. Um, the only people I would deal with is the ages between 40 and up.
Yeah.
Anybody that's young, there's no way
Yeah.
because
A
you,
lot
cause,
of,
cause you
yeah.
never know because you never know what you're gonna get with them.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll tell you, yeah, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. And then they don't show up.
Don't show up, and what that happens, they leave you stuck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, man. I mean, I got to do this investigation by myself. Hell, I've been done that once or twice when somebody said they were going to show up, and I'm sitting around waiting, and they never show up. But I know the job's got to get done, so
Yeah.
I end up going out and doing it myself. Which, thank God I made it through. But you know what? Anything could have happened out there.
Yeah.
All,
I've got a ton of equipment and I don't have nobody you know, to use it.
right.
I have SLS cameras. I have uh, digital recorders, cameras, everything else. And they show up and they don't know how to do any of it.
Well, answer this question, Rev. When you want to recruit, as I said, recruit new members, what is what is your means of doing that? How do you go about doing that?
Oh, we have a form on our website that people can fill out to become members.
Hmm.
And once in a while, I'll put an advertisement in the newspaper.
Oh,
Look,
really?
yeah, looking for members and stuff.
Now,
And I've got on the side of my car, I
hmm
got Phantasm Paranormal, Fear Not the Dead, Rather the Living. Then down at the bottom, I have an email address for my public relations office.
oh wow.
Yeah, I got public relations office. I got membership office. I got all kinds of things.
Well, that's what it seems like you're on the right path of doing. Of doing it, trying to do it right at least.
Yeah,
But the way I do it is we have community group chats.
yeah,
I go in the group chats and post. Hell, you got like maybe 50 to 60,000 of them just on Facebook alone with
yeah,
1.5K members. And some of them don't even. Some of them are selling. Just doing stuff. I go in there and post. I go in there and advertise. And sometimes I get a good response. I get like three or four. Most of the time I don't get nothing. Other time I get six or seven. Other time I get none. But I constantly post on their group chat. And half the time they delete me. But by
yeah,
then, the word is out. I mean, people have seen it and they contact me. And I'm like, well, hey, I think my job is done. I did what I had to do. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? To get the word out. But I think that's one of the hardest things that people have to do, is actually find good people that wants to go out and help good people, solve their problems.
yeah. You know, yeah.
And
Have you ever heard of the Villisca Axe Murder House?
I can't say no because it's overshadows the Borden house.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, the Lizzie Borden house, that
Oh,
house there. Yeah, that one there stands above them all.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I've never heard of it.
Oh, gee. Villisca Axe Murder House, there were 5 people murdered there with an axe. And there were 2 adults and the rest were children. And let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I think there was 7 people murdered there.
That's crazy.
And we were the first ones ever to investigate it. And I got a post on our website telling you about the Villisca Axe Murder House, but it was really bizarre. They never found out who the murderer was, but we did.
Really? How'd you guys figure that one out?
Because of the spirits. Okay, we went and we also went through court records. And there was a woman that was supposed to show up to testify against the guy that they arrested for the murders.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't show up in time for court. So the judge dismissed the trial.
Oh, wow.
And the guy walked free.
That is crazy. And how long ago was this?
The Villisca Axe Murder House.
Uh-huh.
Villisca Axe Murders. In the early 1900s, if I remember right. It's been a long time since we investigated the Villisca House. It was one of our first major investigations.
So what is the house now? Is it a bed and breakfast or is it?
Well, now they have tours. And they let people come in at night to investigate. And last time I was there, I discovered that the murder victims, were no longer there. They're up at the cemetery. I talked to them up at the cemetery. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, because they got tired of people coming in and reminding them of the murders. And people would come in with Ouija boards and stuff and bring in other spirits, negative spirits, and they got tired of it and they left.
Now, wow, dude, that is crazy. That they would just pop up and just leave like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would get upset. I think I would get angry too if somebody constantly asking me the same fucking question over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were murdered by an axe and somebody came in and just kept reminding you of your murder.
You know how crazy that sounds?
Yeah.
That would drive me nuts, man.
Yeah. Well, we quit investigating the house after we discovered that the owner of the property was selling tickets outside for people to come in and watch us.
But this, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You should have got at least part of the proceeds from that.
Oh, we didn't. We didn't get nothing.
Oh, you know what?
I wouldn't want it anyway, because, these people were murdered. How can you, use their murders to make money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would have used that and put it towards their grave. I would have did something positive with it.
Yeah.
But hopefully this person did get. Are they still doing this to this day?
His wife is. He died about 7 years ago, and from what I understand, he's at the house now. Yeah.
He at the house raising hell, huh?
Yeah. Well, I think he's reaping what he sowed.
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
You really be surprised what happens to you, and whatever you do in life, it's going to be happening to you in death, or however that goes.
Yeah.
But it.
Yeah, it's called karma.
Crazy. Where else do you guys go and investigate? How far are you willing to go?
We've been all over the United States. Okay, we got contacted by a woman in Maryland.
Oh wow.
About a problem she was having at her house, and she paid for the airfare to fly us there. And we
Wow.
went up there and we found it was kind of like a demon in her house. I got a picture of it somewhere around here, but it looked like a monk. And he was really negative and a lot of problems for her, and we ended up taking care of it for her.
Now, is that something you normally handle? Handle, or are you able to vanish demons?
I usually bring in a priest
A
and a
priest?
minister. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because there's priests that are trained for that stuff. So I'll contact one of them and bring them in.
Okay.
You know,
Cool.
I can cross over spirits, but getting rid of a negative demon spirit, that's total different.
Yeah. That's a totally different book right there.
Yeah, that's a,
Uh, you also sent me a some pictures. I don't know if a ghost was following you guys on that second store building, or inside that second store. What was that? You guys in some kind of building, and you guys was walking, and there was like a ghost, clear as day, right? Because
oh,
man,
that woman.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was clear
okay,
as day.
yeah,
I'm like, what
yeah.
the hell?
That was down at the McIntyre Villa. We got a few apparitions in there. We got one of a man. You could see. I sent you a picture of that. You could see his
Uh huh.
head up in the corner. You know, there was a green box around it.
Right.
Okay, these cameras I have, if they detect motion, they'll put a green box around it to mark where the motion was detected.
That
Okay,
is,
but that woman at the end of the hallway, that was a picture taken by one of our cameras,
and
and
I'm sitting and I'm looking. I'm like, what the hell is that, dude? She was just as curious as you guys were in that building, because it seemed like she was just watching y'all and just seeing what the hell y'all was up to. She was just standing right there, and I'm like, whoa, check out that apparition.
yeah, yeah, because when I went over the pictures and stuff, I saw that, and I I kind of questioned, this can't be a full blown apparition because she was as clear as day,
Yeah, it's clear as day.
and there was nobody in our group that was dressed like that,
Oh
and there
no,
was nobody in the house with us.
I mean, if anybody dressed like that, they either was going to a ball, something from old school, because nobody dressed like that anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you caught that one in that bedroom. What was that? That was a kid.
Oh, yeah, a little boy looking out of the bedroom door.
Yeah, that little boy. I like, oh
Yeah.
my god, dude.
Well, downstairs in the basement in the cellar area, you got that one of the woman standing there with her daughter in front of her. It's very hard to see, but if you really look close at it, you can see her.
Dude, you have caught some unbelievable evidence.
Yeah, we're
And
going back there in September.
ooh wee, I wish I can go with you. I wish I could go with you. Anthony, here's a question. Anthony wants to know how many members you have on your team. Anthony, he has 10 members. And did you get on Josh? No, I didn't get on Josh. I'm trying to figure out who Josh is. But we'll figure that out later. Yeah, he has 10. And uh, man, do you have any mediums that you have on your team?
No, I wish we did, though. I'd love to have a medium on our team.
Yeah,
We've
dude,
got,
they are so hard to come by, because they are the reason why I think that they are in the shadows. Well, is because they are afraid of what people might think.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish I should have planned this a little bit better, because then I could show you some of the evidence that we got from places. I could present pictures on here so you guys could see them and you could show your followers. But there's pictures and EVPs I could show you, and videos, and I got all kinds of stuff.
Wow. You know what, brother? There's always another time that we can do this. When
Yeah,
it comes to that, hey, you welcome on anytime. If
yeah,
you, I mean, because EVPs, all that good evidence. Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely welcome back. No
yeah,
problem at all. I'm
yeah.
a. Have you ever been to Kansas?
Yeah, but not to investigate
Not to
anything.
investigate.
No,
So you never actually been to the abandoned. I heard the Sally House is abandoned now. Nobody lives there.
really,
Yeah, I heard it's been abandoned for over a good 7 or 8 years now.
really.
Yeah. Clearly one of the most haunted places in Kansas. I'm not gonna say the most haunted place because those words is a big no-no in the paranormal field.
Yeah,
I would never say the most haunted because we really don't know.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So anybody out there that's saying that I think this is the most haunted place in New York City or Texas, quit saying that because guys, you really don't know.
yeah. You don't know.
You really don't know. Dude, how many times have you went across driving like you were today and you seen a damn graveyard that has just two people in there. You go over there and you investigate it. Hell, you might catch more damn EVPs and whatever else in those two than you do with a cemetery that have over 30,000 people in there. So
Yeah.
like you really don't know. Okay, Anthony, Josh, Rev, Josh has got some questions for you. All right, Josh, this is your time to shine. Please ask questions. Mr. Rev is here to answer as much as he can. So feel free to ask all the questions you want, guys. Now, while they trying to think of some questions, hell, I guess I'll just keep going myself. You know,
Yeah.
Rev, when you coming to Texas, man?
Oh, I've been to Texas. I like to come back. I wish I could move to Texas,
No, you
to be
don't.
honest
Too
with
damn
you.
hot.
Oh, yeah, but I'll tell you what, it beats the winters in Nebraska.
Oh man, yeah, I rather. You know what? To be honest with you, bro, Rev, the winters ain't too far off from Nebraska and Texas.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys might have snowstorms. We got ice storms. And these people down here in Texas definitely cannot drive on ice.
Yeah. I
I
got
mean,
a I got a buddy that lives in Texas.
they cannot drive in ice at all. You remember like 3 years ago we had that big ice storm. Texas
Yeah.
was shut down for a week
Yeah.
only because people cannot drive on ice.
Yeah. Well, the lane to my house from the main road is a half mile long. So when we get snow, I got a lane I got to plow with my truck. And I'll tell you what, it's a bear sometimes.
All right, Rev, Josh got a question for you. What is the biggest piece of footage that you ever caught on film or on a picture?
Oh, the biggest? Oh, that would have to be at my house.
Okay.
Uh, I've got a picture of an entity downstairs in my workroom. You could see his face and everything. He came right towards the camera.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And
but I mean, there's so many different places. It's hard to tell. You know.
well, you know what, dude? I would love to have a basement. Basements come in handy. You know,
Yeah.
you can turn those things into so many things. It's crazy. You know, but uh, Okay, Josh, is there any more questions, brother? Trust me, dude. These pictures. Hey, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I did not get a chance to post those pictures on my Facebook. When I get off the phone with this gentleman, all the pictures that he sent me, I am gonna post on my Facebook page. So feel free to come on my Facebook page and check out all these cool pictures of apparitions that were in this place we were just talking about probably about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, if you want to set up another date, I can. This OBS program,
Uh-huh.
I can set up pictures, EVPs, the whole 9 yards, videos, and we can go through them and talk to people about them, and show them, you know.
Yes, we're definitely gonna have to do that.
Yeah, those
We
pictures I sent you, I could post them right on here, and you can show them here, you know.
okay. Hey, Anthony wants to know, how did you decide to get into the paranormal?
That's because of my wife's death. Uh,
Yeah.
after she died, I needed proof that there was an afterlife, and I got on the internet, started looking, and got some information on how to do it, and I went out and did it. Next thing you know, it just escalated.
Okay. Joshua wants to know, what's your scariest encounter?
My scariest encounter,
Mm-hmm.
I never really had one.
Oh
Other
wow.
people around me, they have. See, nothing's ever happened to me, but people around me, they've been pushed, bit, scratched, you know, whispered in their ears, and all kinds of other things. And when that would happen, boom, they'd head for the door.
Man, you're not supposed to run away from it. You're supposed to run towards it and
Yeah,
suck all that information in. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
Like our motto, fear not the dead, rather the living.
there you go.
Yeah,
I like that motto.
yeah, because you're more than likely to be harmed by somebody living than somebody dead.
Yes, sir. You sure are. You're right about that.
Yeah,
You're definitely. Hey, I've never seen a ghost drive a car and kill somebody.
yeah.
I'm just being honest.
or break into their house and shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, just being honest here, guys. I've never seen anybody do that, But if you provoke, you make these guys angry, they will come at you.
Yeah,
So like like we were talking about it on that the podcast previous. It's all about respect.
yeah. Respect the dead. If
It's
you
all about
respect the dead, you won't have any problems.
Marianne. Okay, here we go. What did you do on the movie Christine? Tell me, did you turn yourself into a car?
So
She's dead.
what?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple of crazy comments that these guys are making. She
Uh,
said she did on the movie Christine, you know. But yeah, I mean, that is really, you're only telling the truth, Dave. I mean, you got to come into this, you definitely got to come into this with a lot of respect. You know,
hmm
there's no BS about it. You know,
Yeah,
you can't.
we investigated a cemetery one time after some high school kids went up there drinking, and some of them got out and started wandering around in the cemetery. This cemetery is way out in the country, and it's barely kept up. And this one kid, he went around, started knocking over headstones, and he all of a sudden he acted like he was in a fight with something. And his friends were outside the fence, and they were laughing, thinking he was just joking around. Well, then he ended up on the ground, and they went in, kind of, oh, come on, okay, yeah, you're funny, get up, let's go, And
Right.
they went in there, and he had the S beat out of him.
Yeah, he deserves every ass whooping he gets for knocking over tombstones.
Yeah, and
You know.
we found out who the spirit was, and we call
Oh,
him the
really?
walk. Yeah, we call him the Walker. Mary Mumford protected me. She's a spirit at the. This is at Ball Cemetery. Mary Mumford is the one I mentioned earlier.
Right.
Okay, she protected me from the Walker. The Walker is a male spirit that you'll see going behind trees from tree to tree. And the Walker is the one that beat the daylights out of that kid. And I saw him. He was at least 7 foot tall. And
Damn,
he
that's
was,
big.
and he wasn't a human spirit. I don't know where he came from, but he was there protecting the cemetery. And one night while we were there, I was taking pictures, and all of a sudden the Walker came out from behind a tree and was facing me. He was probably about 100 feet from me. And then he started coming towards me. Well, I put my hands down to my side, because I'm not going to be able to fight him.
Right, right,
And
right.
I stood there, and as he got closer, he stopped and he turned and he looked up to his right. And then I took a picture, and he turned and looked back at me, and he came towards me again, and he faded as he got closer, and he went right through me, and it was like going through a deep freeze.
Oh shit.
And when I got the picture back, there was ectoplasm coming up out of the grave. And when I went to check where this grave was,
Uh
the
huh.
name on the grave was Mary Mumford.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is crazy. All right, I got another question for you from Anthony. What gets under your skin about other paranormal groups?
Say what?
Yeah, what gets under your skin about other paranormal groups you've encountered?
Uh, well, a lot of them come up with fake stuff. Okay. And they push it as being real, but it's not. Okay. And a lot of them, they have a tendency to dramatize things, make a bigger deal out of it than it really is. That's what gets me.
Yep, sound like Hollywood to me.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them do things to get the attention. I don't care if we get attention or not.
Exactly.
You know, my job is to help spirits and help the living deal with them. You know, I mean, you can get along with the spirit. You know,
Yeah, I mean, there's ways you can coexist as long as you guys have a mutual understanding.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. A lot of times, the spirit will do things to get attention, and then once you start coming home and you walk in and say, "Hey, how you doing today?" Then they're getting the attention they like,
All right.
and then they back off.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
sure do. But when they want your attention, they will definitely give it. They will
yeah,
find a way.
yeah,
You
one
know what
way or
I'm saying?
another.
One way or another. Uh, Dave, you got any grandkids?
Oh yeah.
How your grandkids feel about what you're doing?
Oh, they're too young to know.
They're too young to know.
Yeah.
What about
Well,
the
I
kids?
got I got a couple that are teenagers, and they know what I do, but they're okay with it.
They okay with it?
Yeah.
They never asked Grandpa, "Can I come along?"
Oh, I won't let them.
There you go.
Not until they hit the age of 18.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. So, what your kids think?
My kids,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. They never really mentioned anything about it.
Well, I guess as long as you happy, they're happy. That's
Yeah.
that's normally how it goes.
Yeah,
My
I've talked with their mom before. I've got I have EVP recordings of me talking to my wife that passed away,
okay, that should be an
and
interesting conversation.
yeah, and I got some of me talking to my mom and dad. and doing an EVP is real easy. It's the software that you use to edit it.
Right.
A lot of people, they'll do an EVP and they'll hear themselves talking, then they won't hear nothing, and they'll hear themselves talking again. Okay, and they say, okay, we didn't get nothing. But it's in that area between the questions, you have to amplify that a lot of times in order to hear someone. And that's what I do.
You know what? You're right because I've done an EVP and I've thought that I didn't catch anything. I mean, but I'm not much of an editor, so I always take my stuff to my editor and let him edit it.
Yeah,
It's been several times. He's like, "Who is this girl? Why?" Then I'm like, "I don't have a girl on my team." Then he'll ask, "Who is this kid?" I was like, "Did you take a kid with you? You know better." He knows how I am, so he'll go asking the question, and if there's a kid's voice, he'll jump down. Like, what you take that kid for? I'm like, I didn't take a kid. What are you talking about? Well, listen to this.
yeah,
The kid was like, yeah, hey, or something a kid would normally say
yeah,
to get an adult's attention.
yeah. Well, I use a software that's free download. It's called Audacity, and it's easy to use. I mean, and OBS, that's a great program. And there's all kinds of videos on YouTube on how to use it. And that's
All
how I
right.
learned, you know.
Got another question for you, Anthony. Anthony says, well, we just talked about this. Have you ever been to a place called or gone to a place that people are making a buck of activity? You will get rid of the spirits if you get a chance.
Well, we can't get rid of them unless the owner wants to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, if I had my way, I'd release them all. Okay. And a lot of times I'll tell spirits, you don't have to stay here. I'll
Exactly.
explain to them what they can do to cross over and leave it up to them if they want to or not. A lot of them don't want to because they're attached to either the property, the house, something in the house, a piece of furniture or something, or even a person. A lot of people, they'll lose a parent or a brother or a sister, and then that relative will come back to where they are to be there to protect them.
Right.
You know,
Well, I tell you what, on my day, when I go, there won't be no protection. I'm going to raise pure hell. I am going to raise pure hell.
yeah. What,
So,
what what gets me is a lot of people, they don't realize it, but they could have a spirit in their house and never know.
exactly. You would
We
never know.
we had a girl about 20 years ago call us because she was saying she was having problems in her apartment. So we went to investigate it and we found three spirits in her apartment and we talked to them, got EVPs and got some pictures and everything else. And when I presented her with the evidence, it freaked her out
Hmm.
because she didn't know they were there.
Wow.
She just told us that to get us to come there so she could see how we do it. So her and her friends could start up a team.
Oh,
And
shit.
when she found out that she had spirits in her house or in her apartment,
Right.
it freaked her out. She moved out real quick.
Well, don't you know, sometimes moving out don't help.
No, no, they can follow you around.
They can do what they want.
Yeah.
What is that? Hey, what is that one movie? I know it's just a movie, but I'm pretty sure it can happen. that one movie where this one couple had this ghost in their house, and they figured out, well, hey, if this ghost is moving from home to home within the city, maybe we can move from across the state or across the country, and it won't follow us. But you know what? 3 weeks later, it was in their house.
Yeah,
So if there's an attachment, if a ghost is attached to you, it's gonna find its way to you, no matter where you're at. You
yeah.
know, no matter what part of the world you are, you can be
Well,
across the Atlantic, and eventually it will find you.
we asked the spirit one time how they transport from one location to another, and the spirit said, "All I have to do is want to be there."
Oh shit! See,
Yeah,
that right there says it all.
yeah, because there's nothing holding them back. They can go wherever they want to go. They
Yeah,
just
and
want
do.
to. Yeah, they just have to want to be there.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. I'm a uh, Tom. I mean Dave. Tom is coming. Watch out, Tom's coming. Uh oh. Have you ever dealt with any skinwalkers, Anthony? Say.
No,
No, no skinwalkers. You know, Nebraska is pretty much heavy Indian territory,
yeah,
and so I figured that would be a lot of a lot of urban legends, about
well,
Indians, skinwalkers, and stuff up there. Uh, so
yeah. Well,
it's pretty interesting.
I'm part Comanche, and Indian burial grounds. I hold great respect for them places
Yes,
because
sir.
there are spirits there that protect them.
Yep, and trust me, they are not happy right now on what's going on on their land.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? If I can tell you what, guys, if every Indian was to come stand up from its grave and take care of business, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, if you go to an Indian burial ground, bring them a gift. Bring them a bag of tobacco and lay it down on the ground and tell them that this is an offering to you.
Right. Or
Okay.
bring some of that wacky tobacco you youngings like to smoke.
Yeah.
They, they would really love that. You know what I'm saying? But any more questions, guys? Mr. Dave is here to answer all your questions that you guys ever want to ask. He's been doing this for a very long time, so I'm pretty sure if you got a question, he could probably answer it for you.
Yeah. 27 years.
27 years, guys. 27. Um, Trust me, he knows his shit. So, you guys ain't got anything, please ask. Well, they will come around. You know what I'm saying? They definitely. If you had a spot in Nebraska that you haven't chose to investigate and you want to go there, what place would that be?
Oh, we've been to almost every place in Nebraska. Uh, yeah, there's an old fort that's in western Nebraska, but I can't remember the name of it. I'd like to go there.
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. There's one here in eastern Nebraska called Fort Atkinson, and it's up by Fort Calhoun, Nebraska. And that place is haunted.
Oh, really?
And we've been doing that now for a couple of years, and we'll go back once in a while. And what we do is we try to get historical information for the
Hmm.
fort. And the fort, they'll come up with some questions and they'll give it to us, and we'll ask the spirits. And most of the time, the spirits will answer our questions. Like there was one about one of the workers was in the office one time, and he heard a little boy say, "Mom, I'm cold." And he opened his office door to the outside when there was snow on the ground and stuff, but there was nobody there. Well, we found out who the little boy was. We got his name and gave it to the fort. And there was a woman that died on the fort, but they don't know what she died from. And we asked the spirits what she died from, and they told us she died from cholera. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and oh yeah, and we asked them where certain historical places are located, and they tell us. Like right now, they're trying to find the cemetery that was on the original fort. They don't know where it is. So what I have is I have a map of the fort, and I broke it down into little boxes, and I marked them A, B,
Mhm.
C, D, so forth. And what I'm going to do is take it to the spirits and let the spirits tell us what area. They might pick area F. Okay, so that'll narrow it down on the map. Then I'll enlarge in that area and break that down and have them pick out an area again.
Oh wow, that should be very interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, Memphis Ghost Hunters, what's up, baby? How you guys doing? Hey man, appreciate having you on the show. Anthony, uh, he did communicate with his wife. He didn't tell me what the conversation was about, but he did. He said he communicated with his wife. Hey guys, keep the questions coming, please. Thanks for the love on the show. This is Rev Dave. Dave is with Phantasm Paranormal out of Nickerson, Nebraska. Hey, the heartland of America. You got any questions? Please ask the gentleman. 27 years, baby. Tell me, how can he be wrong for 27 years? He had to get something right. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Hey, one thing I can say, I love that logo. I love the logo and I love the shirt. So
Oh, you want to see the back of it?
yeah, let me see what you got.
Okay, hold on. Can you read it?
I'm trying to read it. What did it say on the back?
Huh?
What did it say? I saw paranormal.
It says caution, paranormal investigator. If you see me running, run faster.
Hey, that's a good one. Oh
Yeah,
man.
I get a lot of people commenting on my T-shirt.
Oh, that's a great one. Mr. Tom Bailey, what's going on, brother? How you doing this evening? Tom Bailey is with Texas Wraith Hunters out of Odessa, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Marianne, she said she loved your shirt.
Oh,
Curtis
thanks.
loves that. Hey, he said thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks for all the love that you're giving him. Hey, but if you guys want to actually talk to him or see some of his work, please go to his Facebook page, Phantasm Paranormal, and you will see some amazing pictures that these guys have captured. Some good evidence.
Yeah, if you want a link to our website, just message me on my Facebook page, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah, buddy.
All the places we've investigated can't be put on our website because of privacy. But we're going to be working on one case where there was a car accident involving a bunch of teenage girls, and they were all killed but one.
Oh wow.
And what happened? They were drinking, and the cops never found out who bought the alcohol for the teenagers.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to try to find out if they'll tell us who bought the alcohol.
That'd be interesting. You know
Yeah.
what, Dave? I wish you can go, and I know it's a private issue, But dude, I would love to see you guys live streaming. And I know, like me and you talked before on the phone, and I know getting a cell phone signal or any kind of signal up in Nebraska is kind of a pain in the butt, you
Yeah,
know. But
especially
hey,
out there at the hall. It's hard to,
yeah, like I
but
said, that would be very interesting.
I've got a portable Mi-Fi that I put in different locations,
Uh
and I
huh.
have these cameras that I hook up to, and I stream from the location to my house where I can watch the cameras.
Wow,
Yeah,
that is crazy.
yeah, these cameras are awesome.
Oh man, and what kind of cameras are they?
Uh, they're made by a manufacturer called Wise,
Wise.
Wize,
Hmm.
and well, I could show you a picture of it, but
Now these are Wi-Fi cameras. Yeah, like you said, you hook your Wi-Fi up to them.
oh yeah, I've got some hooked up to my house.
Okay.
You know, I've got 6 cameras outside of my property,
Wow. You know what?
and
What you say about your property, I mean, I don't even have to go in the house to investigate. The property would say it all for itself.
oh yeah, come out here at night sometime. They don't like strangers out here at night.
Oh man, hell, the damn night sky scared the hell out of me. All those damn stars in the sky.
Oh yeah, it gets dark out here.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
There's no way, man.
I
Uh,
was walking down my lane. I used to walk down to the main road and back for exercise. And I was walking down the lane one night from the house, and I just got this weird feeling. And I turned around and looked behind me, and there were 2 guys standing behind me.
oh
And then
shit,
they faded away.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, how? Because I know, man, not only the Indians are got a lot of history with the Indians, but what about some of the old Western buildings that are up there that are still around?
There's not very many in our area. Most of them are out west. And
Really?
yeah, we've ran across some old farmhouses that were abandoned,
Uh huh.
and we found grave sites on that property. We did an investigation quite a few years ago of this woman who was having problems in her house, and what had happened is the original family lived in the house, and finally the last kid died, and the house went up for sale. This guy bought it and used it for rental property. Well, the family was buried on the property in front of the house by the road, and you could see their headstones. Well, he took the headstones and took them down into a field and threw them in a ditch.
Well, that's a big no-no.
Yeah, that was a big no no, and that's what triggered everything. So we started investigating it, and we found out that the original owner murdered his wife
Oh,
and buried her out in the backyard by a tree. The female spirit showed us where she was buried. Okay. Then another spirit showed us where the grave markers were. We had a guy that used to work for us, but he passed away about 10 years ago. And he used to be able to see things. And then he would follow them. And we followed him. He was following a male spirit. And we followed him into this field and down the hill. And there's a ravine, a drain, like a drainage ditch type thing, like
uh
a
huh.
creek. And that's where we found the headstones.
Did you guys put them back or?
No, we couldn't.
Wow, dude, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
but the gal moved out. And oh, and there was a spirit of a little boy down in the basement. I guess his dad beat him to death downstairs in the fruit cellar.
That is crazy, dude. Can you believe that?
Oh, my buddy.
Okay, I got a question for you. Oh, that's a big cat.
Yes, Gaddafi.
Gaddafi. Uh, do you believe that there really is kid spirits or just demons acting like children?
There's a lot of child spirits out there, but there's a lot of spirits that can pretend like they're children. You have to be very careful,
Yep.
you know.
I think they're both. I think they're both is too, Tom. Like Dave said, you gotta be careful on which is which because you really won't know until it's too late.
Yeah.
Hey, yep, that's a fat cat, ain't it?
Oh yeah. He was a. We found him out in the front yard when he was a kitten. He was a feral cat,
Uh-oh.
and we brought him in, and nothing like looking at a kitty butt.
Yeah, and but the rest is history. He likes to eat.
Oh yeah, he's a healthy cat. He's a good boy. He's
Oh
my
man.
buddy. He's very protective of my wife.
Oh, I imagine. I
Oh
imagine he sees what you. He sees things. If you
yeah,
got spirits around you, I'm pretty sure he sees them.
yeah. Well, I got two German shepherds that are trained,
Yeah, I heard
and
him.
yeah,
And you know
and
what? And they probably see just as much as you do.
yeah, they're very protective of Dad.
Okay. Hey, Tom Bailey has a question for you. What do you think your percentage is on communicating with children and adults?
Yeah, what can you be a little bit more specific?
Tom, can you be more specific, please? Hmm.
We have communications with more adult spirits than we do children. But we've had a few kids.
Yeah. Uh, yes, cats are smart when it comes to spirits. You know, cats are the guardians of the underworld.
Yeah,
So
he's my
I'm pretty
buddy.
sure.
Okay, Gaddafi, you got to go, buddy. Enough, enough snuff.
Oh, she didn't made us up at home.
Yeah,
Oh,
he loves attention.
well, Rev, I think they're thinking that you are a sensitive, that you might be a medium, and that's probably why they're asking, do you communicate with children more than dogs?
Well, I can sense if there's something there. Uh, I can walk into somebody's house, and if there's something there, I can feel it there. But as far as communicating with them or finding out if they're male, female, whatever, that's hard to do. You know, and
Right?
kids are very very shy when it comes to communicating with us.
Yeah, I mean, these are the kids that will poke their heads around the corner. You know,
Yeah,
they're really curious on what's going on, but
yeah,
they're not too. They're really shy when it comes to actually coming up to you or
yeah,
poking on you and doing all that.
yeah.
Yes, Tom. We were just talking about animal spirits. Animal spirits are beautiful. They're cat. I mean, animals are cool, but it also depends on what animal you're talking about because they come in many different forms and sizes. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to come into a dead wolf or something that's
Oh, I used to raise wolves.
huh?
I had wolves. I
Uh,
had 7 wolves at one time.
See, wolves are a totally different breed of animals. Unless you get them when they're young,
Yeah.
then
Well, wolves are afraid of people. You know, you always see these cowboy movies where, you know, they say wolves are after people, but they're not. Wolves just soon run. Come on, get down. Wolves will run from a person before they do anything else.
Okay. Yes. Any more question, guys? I don't know.
Now
The
there's a button on here that says comments. I don't know.
Yeah, if you hit that button, all your comments will pop up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, all your comments will pop up.
Okay. There. Tom Bailey. Yeah. It's doing this paranormal stuff, it can be pretty risky sometimes.
Oh yeah, it's hey man. Whenever you go on an investigation, you always taking a chance with the dead or with the living. It's 50-50 either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's 50-50 anyway. It's
Yeah.
50 it's 50% that you might catch something paranormal, and it's 50% you might deal with some knucklehead on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
and like when we do cemeteries, before I leave the cemetery, I tell the spirits to stay there where they're safe. Because I explained to them outside these fences there's a lot of evil and I don't want no harm to come to you.
Right. All right. What is your favorite thing to use while investigating?
My favorite thing, my
Mm-hmm.
recorder,
Okay.
digital recorder.
A digital recorder.
Yeah.
Tom Bailey said rum. Uh, not. Uh, well, I guess so. I mean, if you're dealing with Native Americans, I think rum would be good to give them,
Yeah.
or tobacco or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. But you don't want to leave a bottle of rum out there for somebody to find and say, oh, hey, good, I'm going to get drunk. You know what I mean?
Hey, 'cause trust me, I don't know how I might feel about if I see a bottle of rum. Take them a small little dollar bottle of rum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that would be good for them.
Yeah. Anything, you know?
But don't take them a jumbo size bottle. That might be too enticing.
Yeah. Yeah. You take Indian spirit something as a gift, then they have more respect for you because you're respecting and honoring them.
Exactly.
You know, you're going to be a little bit safer.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought rum was fire water, Tom. Anything that yeah, I thought that was
Yeah,
too
any
safe.
alcohol.
Yeah. If a spirit knows you are scared, will they work on you even more?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you show fear, they feed off that energy,
Oh yeah.
and it makes them stronger.
Now, is fear considered negative energy?
Spirits.
Fear. Is fear considered negative energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm scared, then they're gonna feed off me all day
Oh
long.
yeah. They're going to eat that up, and they're
You know
going
what
to
I'm
use it to make you more afraid.
saying? And our job in this world is not to be afraid. Like Rev said, you be more afraid of the living than you are the dead.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So definitely, guys. Yep, like you said it right, like a human magnet. Hi, Ricky. How you doing, man? The comments are full tonight.
Yeah.
If woo, there anything? Hey, anybody out there that wants to ask Rev anything, just feel free, guys. He's here. Wow. Huh? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm Rev. Uh, yep, I'm definitely trying. Rev, hey Rev, what does the community think about you?
About me?
Yeah.
Well, the town of Nickerson, they're afraid of me.
Why are they afraid of you?
Oh, because of my past. I was a sniper with the Special Forces for 13 years.
Oh well, hell, man. I mean,
Yeah.
you served your country. I mean, what else do they want?
Well, I don't know why, but most of the town is afraid of me. There's some women that work at the gas station in town
Uh
that
huh.
think I'm just the greatest person on the earth, you know. But my neighbors, my to the uh, south of me and to the east of me, they like me. But the people in town, I don't know why they're afraid of me.
Hmm.
It's really weird.
Well, people have a tendency of fear. They sometimes fear things they don't understand,
Yeah,
and that's just the way. And that's just the way the world is these days, man. I
yeah,
mean, it's been like that for millions of years. Hey, man, if I fear you, I'm gonna kill you,
yeah,
or I'm gonna dislike you. If they
yeah,
love you, they're gonna respect you and honor you and socialize with you.
yeah,
So yeah, it's it's crazy, man. You know all that you've done. You know they should respect you for for the things that you accomplished and the serving your country. But you know how they are.
yeah.
And you was a veteran of what war?
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm.
Yeah,
All right.
I've been all around the world. I've been down in drug running countries, and it's so many things that I've done that I can't talk about because if I do, I'm going to go to jail. And I don't
Well,
want
you
to go
know
to
what?
jail.
It's been so long. It's probably been declassified anyway.
Yeah, but I
So
don't want to take the risk.
yeah, right. You don't want those men uh, in the black cars in the black suits showing up at your door.
Oh, they've been here a few times before. Yeah,
Wait a minute, what we got going here? Wow, you're a super beyond cool. Heck, sniper. Hey,
yeah. I got two Purple Hearts.
well, hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate your service.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. I wish I could do it again.
No, you don't.
Oh yeah, I do. I, I'd
Hey,
love the army.
you got a calling for something greater.
Yeah,
Finding out what's out there. If you didn't, if this wasn't a calling, you wouldn't be doing it. But this was
yeah.
a calling for you.
That's the way I look at it.
So like everybody's saying, thank you for your service.
Oh, you guys are all welcome.
Uh, hey, he's coming down to Texas. He wants to move to Texas, guys. If you guys know a great place, great city, you think this gentleman would be uh, welcomed in, let him know.
Yeah, I like to find a place out in the country.
Oh well, hell. Well, how far deep in the country you want? I mean, there's in Texas. There's four different types of country. You got West Texas where there's a country desert. You got North Texas where dealing with sleet and snow is something you trying to get away from, and West Texas and East Texas where there's trees about as tall as a telephone pole and it's heavily wooded, or then you want to go to East Texas, where the swampland over there by the Beaumont, Louisiana area?
I'll stick with the trees.
You want to go to okay? You want to
Yeah,
go to deep East Texas?
yeah. I've got a lot of trees on my property.
Well, hey man, with there's trees and heavily wooded, you would encounter other creatures besides ghosts.
Oh yeah,
Bigfoot and all those guys. They definitely hang out over there.
I get foxes up to my house. I get raccoons, possums, skunks. I get all kinds of critters come up here.
Hell, that sounds like some good eating right there.
Well, during the winter, I feed them because food is hard for them to find.
Man, have you seen that video? This guy was feeding raccoons. He must have had over 200 raccoons on his back porch, and he was
Geez,
he was feeding them carrots. What is it? Carrots and celery. I mean, he was just throwing them out, man. They were coming up. Oh man, it was so many raccoons out there. It was crazy.
yeah, I feed mine. I go through 44 pounds of cat food a week.
Woo!
Yeah.
4 pounds of cat. Is that what you feed them?
Oh,
Cat food?
you should have been here at the beginning of summer. This skunk had a bunch of babies,
Uh huh.
and I was outside sitting in a chair watching them come up to the feeders to eat. And the baby skunks came up to me, and they were circling around by my feet. So I reached down and started petting them. And Mama Skunk just stood there watching me, and she saw me petting them. She was fine with it.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Now, now they're almost full grown, and they come up to me to still get pet.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't let one loose on you.
yeah, I know it. I am too. And I'm sitting there, kind of, oh, come on, you guys, give me a break here.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Hey, Curtis said you can move to Sulphur Springs, Texas. Yeah, then he said you can move to Northeast Texas. They just got you all over East Texas. They don't care.
Yeah. Well, I've been to Fort Hood.
Oh well, that's in Central Texas.
Yeah.
You want to stay away from the Killeen area. Oh man, Tom said he had one that loved Cheetos. Now, a raccoon or a possum that eats Cheetos, I would have to see that.
Yeah.
I would have to see that, man. That would be something. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, is there anything that you guys would like to tell Mr. Dave? Here's your chance. You know, Mr. Dave, tell the world how to get a hold of you if they want to contact you, brother.
Okay. You can either go to our Facebook page, Phantasm Paranormal, or you can go to another group called Night Talk, or you can email us. Okay. I'll give you a public period relations at phantasm paranormal.com. Okay.
Hey, you guys heard that, man. Go show this man some love. Matter of fact, you guys need to go look on his Facebook page and look at some of his astonishing EVPs and photos that he's got out from his past investigations. And just if you got a comment, just ask him. I mean, just message him. I'm pretty sure he will return the
Yeah.
message about
Yeah.
any of the photos or EVPs that he have on there. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Phil, hey, show this young man some love. Reach out to him if you got any questions, or even up in the Nebraska area and you want to catch do an investigation with this guy. I'm pretty sure he would love to show you
Oh,
around
yeah.
Nickerson, Texas. Hey, Rev, what's the population of that town?
Oh, about 200.
Oh, well, shit. Hey, you guys up in Sulphur Springs, 200 people? That's a lot of people for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Wait a minute. You want woods? Go to Jonestown, Texas. All the woods you want. It's beautiful out there. Hey, Lord's helper, hell, man, Jonestown. There's no damn water out there. You gotta find. Hey, most people go to Jonestown. Yeah, there it is beautiful, but dude, I heard the lake is about gone. I mean, I don't know if Rev like to fish, but hey,
Oh, I haven't been fishing in decades.
oh, see, man, fishing is good for you. Just getting out there. I don't care if I don't catch anything. I'll just sit back and catch a buzz if I can get one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just drink a beer and clear my mind.
I haven't had a beer in 28 years.
Wow. Well, hey, if you haven't had one now, you ain't missing it. So you're doing
Yeah.
a good job staying off of it. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, Mr. Dave, it has been a pleasure talking to you, bro.
It's
Matter
been
of
a
fact,
pleasure.
we need to get back together so you can do that setup for me and we can actually show the world if these guys here didn't have a a way to actually see everything, you can actually come back on the podcast and you're able to show every video, listen to every EVP, just about everything that you have done. That's how can I say it? That won't get you in trouble.
Yeah. 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 We can set it up and I can come on and I can, show some pictures of what we've gotten and some
Yeah,
other
that
things.
that won't get you in trouble. With the
Yeah.
with the owners of the whatever property you happen to investigate.
Yeah.
And but hey, I will stay in contact with you, brother. I got my number. Your number is programmed in my phone.
Good.
And you know what I'm saying? I will contact you just to see how things are going up there. You know, uh, I know during the winter months you're gonna catch pure hell up there, but it's okay. It's something
Oh,
you're
yeah.
probably used to.
Yeah.
You know, and I wish Scott. Hey, and can you do me a favor? Tell Scott Frost to get his head out of his ass and get the team together. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
right now he's on the short. He's on a very short leash. If they don't win a game, at least 6 games this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not a big Nebraska fan. I was home on leave with a couple of my buddies, and we went to a bar in Lincoln to meet up with some girls I knew. And three of the football players came into the bar and they saw us in our uniforms and it was
Uh huh.
special forces, and they started giving us a bunch of static, you guys think you're tough, you guys think you're bad, and we're tough and we are bad. And
Hmm.
one of them started doing this to me, poking me in my chest while he was talking to me.
Oh, that's a big
And
no-no.
oh yeah, he found that out the hard way. Well, we whooped the daylights out of them, and the cops came to the bar, and they arrested me and my buddies.
Oh, damn. Well,
Yeah, and
you
the
know how
people
that.
in the bar told the cops that the football players started it, so they arrested us. And when we were at the police station, I told the chief of police there, I said, "Hey, we're entitled to a phone call, aren't we?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Good, because I want to make one." He let me make it. I called it my congressman. And he got the chief on the phone, and that chief ended up letting us go.
Oh, well, that's cool. It's too
Yeah.
bad you had to go to that way
Yeah.
just just to get it like
Yeah.
that. But
And the
that
players, they started it. So ever since then, I have not been a fan of it. Mm-mm. No.
yeah, I went to Lincoln once or twice when I was a truck driver. Back then, the town wasn't like it is now. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We're talking
Oh,
back.
you don't want to go into North Omaha at night.
Oh damn, we're
Oh,
talking
there's,
about 1986, 87, maybe. Last time I was there.
oh, geez.
Yeah, so
There's, there's,
the town has probably tripled since then.
I don't go into Omaha anymore unless I'm carrying my 9 millimeter.
Damn. Well, it didn't got bad because
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be a place where you probably want to go raise your, go raise your kids up and everything. Now people are probably leaving that place.
Yeah, the schools in Omaha are terrible, the high schools. That's why we moved out of Omaha, moved out here because the schools out in the country, they give your kids an education.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah, I had one boy that was getting C's and D's. We moved out here into the country where the teacher put in some extra time to help him.
Uh huh.
He started getting A's and B's.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that right there tells you a lot. I'm pretty
yeah,
in these, in these big school districts.
yeah,
It's all about attendance, and attendance equal out to money.
yeah. That's it.
That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know what, Dave? It has been a pleasure talking to you. We need to get together in a month or so. I'm going to contact you. I'll
Okay.
probably call you before then. And so we can get together and set that up. You can just show me how to do that, man. Maybe we can do a Zoom call or something where we can actually go through this thing together. And you can show me how to set my little setup like that while I'm able to do it. And man, and the
Yeah,
rest can.
I'll look up some green screens for you, and I'll send you a link to them on
Well,
eBay.
hell, I don't want to be a copycat, but the one you got behind you, that's the one I really want. But I know that's your logo, and I'm gonna let you have it. But that sucker
Oh,
is really nice.
oh, thanks.
It really is. Hey, with enough said, Mr. Dave, I appreciate you coming on. I really enjoyed the show. Everybody, hey, tell Mr. Dave good night, and I'd like to see you again, brother, in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no problem. I'll
All
set
right.
up some stuff on OBS that way we can show people.
Yes, sir. In the meantime, hey, NSPS TV is signing off. You guys have a good night. Hey, tomorrow, Sunday, to let you guys know, I will be zooming back across the country. I will be headed in a little town called, let me see if I can get this right before I will be in Tennessee. I will be in a little town and just in Tennessee with a podcast there. So I will see you guys then. In the meantime, Dave, have a good night.
Yep,
NSPS
you too.
TV. I'll see
And,
you guys later.
and thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes, sir. Good night, Dave. All right, guys. That was Rev Dave from Nickerson, Nebraska. A very interesting gentleman, I might say. Hey, brings a lot to the table as far as paranormal investigating. Been doing this for 27 years. 27 years. Let's see here. 27 years ago, how old was I? I can't remember. So I was probably in my 20s. But anyway, hey, it's been a good night, guys. You guys, hey, I really enjoyed the show. Hey, I really, you guys coming out, showing the love. Appreciate all of you guys. Hey, don't forget, man, hit that share, like, subscribe button, and all that stuff. I was 12. Let's get these numbers up for me, man. I really need it. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate it. So, but in the meantime, I'm about to get out of here, man. Uh, I got to go do some stuff to get on my Spotify, so I can actually have this on Spotify. So in the meantime, peace out, guys.